So today we're going to look at the Xhuttle case by Sunny Side Up Designs. So Sunny Side Up Designs actually reached out to me and asked me to review this case. All thoughts, feelings, emotions are actually my own. I accepted this case because I really was actually interested in getting this myself. So when they reached out, 100% happy to look at it, and thank you Sunny Side Up Designs for sending this out. So right now, Sunny Side Up Designs actually has a 20% off promotion on their website. That's going to be linked down in the description for you guys. It goes directly to their website. So if you guys decide to purchase it, that goes all the way till August 3rd right now. So definitely go check it out. It's a short time window, but if you're interested in this case, definitely pick it out. Like, I think definitely go get it. Like, I think it's a great case. It's very unique. I think it has a really awesome setup, especially when you actually build in here. You get this really nice like vertical GPU orientation. You get the nice left chassis. I just think it's different, and right now that like being different and doing something like this, I think it's just so cool. Finally a case that like really stands out, at least to me, because I'm actually left-hand dominant, so having a case that I can put on my left-hand side finally is actually pretty awesome. Plus, I don't know if you guys know this, but everybody always wants to put their case on the right side, and I actually grew up, so I'm left-hand dominant, but I play with my right hand for a mouse, and I usually play on low sense with the mouse and then do wider sweeps, so I have better accuracy when I'm playing like FPS games. And a lot of the times, unless you just have a massive desk, you keep hitting your tower. Luckily, thankfully, nowadays, I've figured out a solution where I actually have my tower on a separate stand behind my actual desk, so I can avoid that issue. But for a lot of people, they don't have a lot of room. So I think honestly having a case that's designed to go on the opposite side than what most people are dominant on the right side makes a lot of sense. All right, so let's just jump right into this. We're gonna break out this case and just kind of give some of our first thoughts and opinions. And I do actually plan on doing a build for this case, so you're just gonna have to stay tuned for that. Okay, so first impressions, I always think packaging is really a sign for how well a company takes pride in their product. And this packaging is some of the nicest I've seen. Like, it is beautifully packed. Look at this. It's kind of crazy. It was actually kind of hard to get it out of the box because it's so well packed, very snug. So they definitely are not letting this break in transit, that's for sure. All right, let's take this off. I have not looked at this yet. I actually wasn't sure if they were sending me the black one or the white one, so it looks like they sent me the black one. So Sunny Side Up Designs, if you're listening, can you guys also send me a white one? I would absolutely do another build in the white one. But the black one, let's see, who knows, maybe I'll be surprised. Lately, I've been really into black or white PC building, but black ones, they just look so sleek if you do them right. All right, look at this thing. So originally, I actually wasn't even sure. I didn't know that it actually came with 3 pre-installed fans. So that alone saves you some money if you don't feel like buying fans and you just have a AIO that comes with 3 fans. You know, you can just run the 3 on the bottom, 3 on the top. Up to you. Obviously, I would probably put in another set of 3 fans. This thing's cool. Hopefully you guys could see that well. I like their self-branded fans. It's a cool little touch. It's really nice. I actually really like the size of this too. Lately I've been really into vertically designed cases. I just think it makes so much more sense to have a PC be vertical than it does horizontal and take up less room on your desk, because even as large as this tower is, like if you were to put it right here, like look how much this desk isn't even that big. This is like a 48-inch desk by, I think it's like 48 by 28. So this desk is really not that big. And when you actually put in your motherboard, so typically your motherboard, you put it in all of your IO panels right at the back. So you would have all of your connections coming out from the back of the PC right here. But because of the design of this case, you actually would install your AIO here, and you would have the air basically being sucked in through the bottom of the case and ejected out the back. And then on this case actually also comes, so on the back side here, and I'll show you guys this, but it has room to do additional fans and it has ventilation. And then in the top, what's really cool is that's where all of your IO panel. So if you guys see right here, that's where your IO shield will actually go through the case. Right there. So really cool to see that design. And you can actually orient this case another way too. So I think it's modular and you can set it up in 2 different configurations. I think you can do it this way as well. I want to say, yeah, I think you can reinstall the feet and then put it like this to be more of a traditional case design where your IO is in the back. Really nice. So included dust filters already pre-installed. They are magnetic. And so your power, all your F panel connections are actually up here. Your GPU, PCIe brackets are going to be back here. There is definitely a lot of opportunity to cable manage here. So let's see what this looks like. How do you pop this off? I did zero research on this case other than looking at the design and be like, that looks awesome. So this is definitely a complete total first look and first impression. So I don't even know how to get the back panel off. There we go. You just pop it off. So the back panel also has a dust filter right here. And then on the top, it has just a grate, but honestly, that's probably fine because that's gonna be a lot of exhaust. If you have enough pressure, you probably wouldn't even need it. So, you know, you can always tell when it's more of a premium case is when they put a lot of thought into cable management. So if you see right here, there's cable management channels right here. So it looks like your PSU will go right here. So this is for your power supply. And then being your power supply is here, you have room to route cables right here to the motherboard. So you can strap those down. And then there's also straps right here. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really like cable managing, but lately I've been really trying to practice patience and like take my time and cable manage because it just makes servicing your PC so much easier and it does really look nicer. So I've been trying to take my time and do that with all of my PC builds. Really grown to appreciate companies that go the extra step and add these channels to be able to route your cables. I think it just makes such a huge difference when you're trying to do that, and it just adds to that overall aesthetic and like premium build overall. So I think if I remember correctly, there is a installed, this is an LED bar, and it looks like that's the power, and it's Molex or SATA, I should say. Are these all, oh, they all just pop off. So everything is just pops off on this case, which I like. Really nice. And does this one just pop off? There we go. So all of the panels just pop off, toolless design. So now look at this. You can get in here and build, man. You have absolutely nothing standing in your way. Pre-installed standoffs. I did not know this either. This looks like a GPU bracket, it looks like it'll hold. So your GPU is actually going to be like this. So it's going to be, this would be normally the bottom of your GPU facing the camera. So this looks like it's a little shelf you can basically place the GPU on. And it looks like you can adjust the depth. So far too, something that I'm looking at is I am not seeing a lot, like I'm not seeing like any defects in the machining, like in the finish. Some cases, if you take your time and look around, you'll notice there's a lot of defects. So definitely look around when you're doing that. I have not seen a single one on this. So really nice to be able to actually get in here and build, you know, you just get in here, pop the motherboard in. Really like this. And whether or not you want to use these fans, they're reverse blade. So they suck air in, they pull air in from the bottom. And then you would have, you have room here for 3 additional 120s. And I think at the top, do you have more room? But also I think you could install fans. It looks like you can install 3 120s right here. So I'll show you guys that. So here's the top of the case. So given the orientation, I want to say you can set the case up like this and it'll be like a normal design, and you can relocate these feet because they just come off with screws. So if you notice right here, you can see that there's actually a fan bracket that you can mount to. You can get a good shot of it. Yeah. So right here, you can see. And honestly, this case is so easy, it looks like, to build in, that you could easily just like do your fans. You don't even really need to have like a bracket that pops out, install the fans and reinstall the bracket. I think you could honestly just mount straight to this. But it does look like there's a bracket here. So it looks like this screw right here, you can take that off and get in there. It looks like if you do that, and there's another one right, there's 2 more screws here, you could probably get this bracket out. And yeah, definitely, this definitely comes out and you can install fans to it. So that's a nice touch. I always appreciate that. It definitely makes adding in an AIO so much easier. Man, this case is awesome. I'm stoked. I actually think now I have to do a build in here. How cool would it look if I throw that 4090 Supreme that I have in here, and I have like the white tubing sleeve that I did on it, the white board, and kind of make it like that black and white look? That would be kind of cool. Tons of room here in the back too. So something that's really nice, if you look here, a lot of room down here in this cavity for the, I guess you could say, in this chamber for the PSU. A lot of room. Definitely you can mount hard drives in here. This looks like it comes off. Yep. That's really gonna show you guys the bottom of the case. Okay, so here's the bottom of the case. As you can see, it already has another pre-installed dust filter right here. You can move these feet around, and your F panel connections are actually right here on the side. So it looks like you have USB 3.0, and looks like you have USB-C. All right, well, there you have it. Just wanted to keep this one short and sweet and just give my initial first thoughts as I break it down. So whenever I actually get a new PC case, what I'll do is I'll actually look over at it and try to get a good idea of what the building process is going to be like before I jump into it. That way, hopefully I can get a good idea before I get in there and not run into too many snags when I'm building. But sometimes it's inevitable when you're building a new PCs, or when you're building a new PC cases. All right, so guys, if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. Again, shout out to Sunny Side Up Designs for sending me out this case to take a look at. I definitely plan on doing a build in this. Make sure you guys go to their website, check out that deal. 20% off this case, I think, is a great deal. It really does bring the price down quite a bit. 20% off, I think, is well worth the savings to get a really premium case. So definitely go check them out. Again, down in the description. I appreciate you guys' time, and gonna have to build on this one. See ya.